Welcome to Adobe After Effects Lesson 12 using 3D features. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to do the following. Create a 3D environment. Look at a 3D scene from multiple views. Create 3D layers. Rotate and position layers along the X, Y, and Z axes. Use 3D transform gizmo. Animate a camera layer. Add lights to create shadows and depth. Extrude 3D text and shapes in After Effects and use Cinema 4D. These things should excite you. So let's get started, shall we? First of all, you need to make sure that you have a Sky JPEG and a lesson 12 start AEP. If you saw what I just deleted, I started this and I messed up, so I had to start over. Shocker. So let's click Open Project. Click on your Lesson 12 Start, click Open. Let's click File, Save As, and where it says Start, we're going to change this to Finished. And your name. Don't type Perazine because that's not your name. So then we're going to click File, Import, and go to your Sky JPEG and import that. Then take that Sky JPEG and drag it down here to the timeline at the bottom. Let's make sure the Sky layer is selected. Choose Layer, Transform, and Fit to Comp. We're going to choose the lock button right now to make sure we don't make any accidental changes. And then let's just click File and then Save. So now the title card ends with this single leaf as part of the production company's logo, but we're going to create several copies of that leaf in different colors that are going to swirl around the sky before the logo appears. So select the last leaf layer, choose Edit, Duplicate, and then press Enter and type this one, red. With that red layer selected, we're going to press Control D 5 times, and we have 5 copies named red 2 through 6. That red 6 layer, press Enter and type yellow. This one's a yellow layer. Go up to the fill box and choose a yellow color of your choosing. It can be any color yellow. And then duplicate that 5 times. Press Enter. This one's going to be orange. With that layer selected, go up here and we're going to choose an orange color of your choosing. You can make it as bright or as dull as you want, as long as it's orange. Duplicate that 5 times, press Enter. This one is brown. With that layer selected, we're going to make a light brown color, tan, whatever you want it to be, and duplicate that 4 times. The leaves are currently standard shape layers. Converting them to 3D layers is as simple as clicking a box. You want the leaves to be off camera when the scene starts. It's easier to drag layers quickly when they're two-dimensional, so we're going to drag them to the pasteboard before converting them. And then we'll make your layers 3D and set initial keyframes for all the leaves in their current positions. Choose 33.3 from the magnification ratio. 33.3. And then we're going to drag each leaf from the stack onto the pasteboard outside the frame so the leaves surround the top of the composition. Place some leaves of each color at the top and on the top sides of each frame. And the last leaf layer, we're just going to move it down to the bottom left. So make sure you don't move that one. So just drag them Make sure you get them off the board. One, two, three, four, and five. So I know that that's the last one, so we're just going to drag it down here to the bottom left corner, and we'll do something with that layer. So on the timeline panel, select the red layer, scroll up and hold down the shift key and select the brown layer. So all the layers except the last leaf layer are selected. Select the 3D layer switch. Here's your 3D layer switch right here. So if you click there, it selects them for all of them because we have them all selected. They all become 3D layers. When a 3D layer is selected, the transform gizmo appears over their anchor point in the composition panel. Red controls the x-axis, green is the y, and blue is the z. The letter X, Y, or Z appears when you position the selection tool over the corresponding controls. While those layers are still selected, press P, Shift S, and Shift R, and that will reveal the position, scale, and rotation properties for all the layers. 3D rotation properties as well as an orientation property appear in the transform property group for the layer. Properties that previously supported only 2 dimensions now display a third value for the z-axis. So you see there is a z in all of those. Make sure the current time indicator is at the beginning of the time ruler. Then in one of the selected layers, click the stopwatch icon for the position, the orientation, and then the X, Y, and Z axis. With the layers still selected, change the scale property to 33%. All the shapes are 1/3 their original size. Make sure all of your leaves are off the pasteboard. Go to 120 on the timeline. With those layers still selected, make sure all your layers are still selected. We're going to change the values to 2x and 0. So on the x, we're going to type 2. The y, we're going to type 2. The z, we're going to type 2. So it should be, make sure all of your layers are still selected and all of those have been changed. So by doing that, each layer will make 2 full rotations along each axis. Press F2 and that deselects all your layers. Press U to hide all your properties. And let's click File and Save to save our work so far.